All right, guys, got a new kit that I'm going to start soon. It's a 1941 Plymouth 4-passenger coupe by AMT. This is a re-release by Round 2. It's neat how they give the old box art how it was. I'm not sure when this kit would have come out originally, but just looking at the boxes, the way they're coming out with all the old box art, look, maybe 70s, earlier than that, possibly the 60s. I got this one off eBay. It's a new kit. It had not been opened. Well, I take that back. The plastic was off the kit, so I didn't get to unplastic it, but all the pieces were in the plastic, so I didn't have to do that. But I was going to show you guys a few of the pieces before I got started building it. Well, I'll start with the body, which for some reason it reminds me such of a 40, like a 40 Ford, the design, but nevertheless, I have noticed on these Round 2 re-releases, because they've bought the old molds. I think they bought the old molds, and I'm just saying that listening to other people that may know more than me. They have some flash. The older, you would think, oh wow, the old kits, they would have been such a high quality, but to be honest, if you buy an old kit, I have some old kits out of the the 70s. I may have some out of the 60s, but I know I have some out of the 70s, and they are not as good. They have a lot more flash. And these Round 2 re-releases tend to have more flash, in my personal opinion. If you buy, for instance, I bought an 83 a Hearst Olds, an 83 by Revell. It's brand new. Man, that thing was as clean and crisp. But anyway, we're talking about a 41 Plymouth. For instance, don't know if you can see this. On the rear seats, there are the mold where they extrude. I don't know what you call it. They're little circles. Be really hard to get in there and actually remove that. Maybe you can see it there. There you go. You can see it. It's things like that. It's old, it's from an old mold. So the technology to create the molds wasn't as good, obviously. But there's your interior. Here's some suspension parts, seats. But they're nicely detailed. There's nothing wrong with the detail. The seats here have the appearance of, cloth or something like that, and they have the buttons. So there's nothing wrong with it. Just a little extra cleanup, a little flash, little extra cleanup to do before you paint it. But it is what it is. That's what makes it fun. Here's the chassis. That thing is really thick, heavy duty. It's nicely detailed. Very minimal, for the day. It was just I see a few wires possibly detailed in, and the X bracing. What is this? The grill? This is the grill. Yeah, okay. That's where the grill would go. Dashboard. Big, huge, looks like a humongous rear axle, at least really heavy duty. Springs, leaf springs, inner wheels, running boards. Looks like the firewall. Big steering wheel. It gives two options. It's got the option for the original stock build, or the you can put a V8 in it. I'm going to put the original 6-cylinder in it, flathead 6. I think it's neat. But what I was talking about flash, you'll notice there's quite a bit of flash around the parts. The intake right here, you have to clean it up before you paint it. But again, that's no big deal. It's a plastic model. I mean, it's all part of the fun, I guess. And then here's a tree with the V8. I don't know what kind of V8 it is. In the directions, it shows it built up, but it looks like to me, and I remember as a kid building some old cars. I don't remember what they were, it was so long ago. And then the optional different steering wheel and such. But I can remember as a kid putting some models together, and it would give you an old like nail head or an Oldsmobile or some kind of V8 that they would use back in the day, I guess, before overhead valve V8 of some sort. With the valve covers would be they wouldn't be tilted any, they would be flat. And by looking at the instructions, it looks like that may be what this is. But here's your chrome tree. I'm not going to de-chrome these. They actually look really good. The rims, the stock wheels look really good. I'll black wash inside there, but not too bad. Not too bad at all. There's your valve covers for that V8, which I will not be using. And it can, your one-piece window with the headlights are in the center there. But take a look at, and your tires. 2 different sets of tires. You have the, I'm sorry, you can't see there. The directional Goodyear. Let's see, it says Goodyear. I think it says Goodyear Eagle. Anyway, oh wow, really raised letters on this side. Oh yeah, Goodyear Eagle GSC. So there's some solid tires for another kit to use. But the ones I'll be using are the old bias plies with the built-in white wall. So that's good. It's already got the white wall painted. Look at there. And on this side, they say Firestone. Check it out. So if you did use the black side, man, I keep getting it out of the camera view, I'm sorry. If you use it on this side, it actually has Firestone. And I don't know what that says, but whatever model tire it was Firestone had. But anyway, that's what I'll be using. Don't know if I particularly don't like white wall, so I'll probably use the black side. But anyway, let me show you the instructions, and maybe someone could tell me in the comments what type of V8 this is. If just, by looking at it from this. It's kind of hard to tell. But there it is. It looks like the intake sits really low and the carburetor sits really low. The distributor is in the back. I'm not sure where those old nail heads or whatever they're called, where the distributor would be, but it looks like to me that the valve covers are straight, like flat on top. I don't know. Not 100% sure. Didn't see anywhere where it said what kind of engine it was. But the instructions, obviously they're also from the old, just like the old kit. So the old kits, they were brief, to say the least. Which there's not many pieces to this kit either, so you don't have to have as many instructions when there's that few pieces. But it'll be fun. We'll get some. There's step 1 on the back, or actually that's the front. Oil bath breather, which is pretty cool. Can't beat an oil bath breather. I've got a 49 John Deere Model M tractor, and it has an oil breather. Anyway, I'll get some pre-assembling done and some pre-assembling painting, and we'll get it going. Here's a decal sheet, if you want to call it a sheet. It doesn't show you where to put the decals, but there they are. Got some, it says, actually it does, it says hood, rear, and front, and then the little license plates, and a few, Hurst, Lee, I don't see what, Lee something, I'm not sure what that says under Lee, and then AMT. Anyway, alright, well, we'll get some pre-assembled parts and get some painting done on this 41 Plymouth. I don't think I'm going to paint it black. I don't think I'm going to paint it silver. I don't know what color I'm going to paint it. Maybe some sort of green or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, all right. See you in a little bit. All right, well, here's the completed 41 wheelies by AMT that I started. Turned out to look pretty good. I can tell it was an old kit, or the kit was new, but it was from old molds, because there are definitely some fitment issues with this one, especially the hood. There's not there's nothing you can really do for it. But anyway, it turned out to be, it actually looks really good. I sprayed it with a satin paint. It turned out to be a little more shiny than what I thought satin would be. But if you know anything about 40s cars, around that time, they didn't have the greatest of shines on their paint. I think a lacquer type finish is what they would have had, the original finish. Now, if you go to a car show, the guys will really have them buffed out and shining well. But to be original, it actually turned out to be a good color and a good finish. It matched the car well. So I'm going to take the camera and get down and open the hood and show it to you. All right, so to start with, look at these wheels. Oh man, they're supposed to be. The picture in the box had a red ring on the inside. I tried that, but my red ring got a little more wide than I wanted. But it looks good. If it almost a little pink. I tried to put some black wash in there to tone it down a little bit. I was able to take my Maltov pen and chrome pen and do the chrome stripe down the side, around the windows, the door handles, on the hood, some black washing. Let me pull the hood off. You can see the 6-cylinder. I did add plug wires to it. This thing didn't even have a distributor. So, all right, maybe you can see. So the distributor on this particular Plymouth engine is way down on the side. So the model only gives like a little nub that I guess that was supposed to be the distributor. But I made a distributor, mounted it, and you can't even see it. Well, maybe you can a little bit. Just a little down in there. Little gray cap. But anyway, it turned out okay. But plug wires just make an engine, make a model, look so much, give it that much more realism. The interior is so hard to see because the windows are so small. But I did try to give the seats a little bit of cloth finish look and tried to pick out some details on the dash, and you can't see it. Anyway, but, I'm satisfied. Don't know if I'd want to build this one again, but it turned out nice. So I'm not totally disappointed. I enjoyed building it. Does it look like cloth? I tried to get it just some dry brushing to try to make it look like cloth. It does a little. It does. Yeah, a little bit. But she turned out okay. Under the bottom, I did a little dry brushing and gave it some realism. The exhaust pipe, things like that. But anyway, there it is. 1941. Did I say Willys earlier? It's a Plymouth. Well, if you ever say 41, first thing that comes to my mind, at least, is Willys. But anyway, there it is. Finished. Time to go on the shelf. Thanks, guys, for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and I appreciate it. And see you on the next build.